Hello everyone, welcome back. I am BogMod. Still investigating this, reading about this secret of the Salt Pail here in The Legend of Heroes Trails of the Sky, the third. 2 days had passed since the Pail's appearance. By this point, roughly half the entire principality had become a sea of salt. That ain't good! It fled to the southern side of the country because the river grieves between it and the affected area. Finally, 3 days after its appearance, the salinification process stopped at dawn. They advanced to the capital with the hope of investigating the salt pail. They finally reached it, but what they found looked completely different from how the pail had before they first arrived in Northumbria. Okay, looks like it shed most of its salt. Yeah, you can see at the very top it looked like that was the under process. Interesting. A mere 2.5 arg in height. Can't remember. No longer black as salt, rather it looked like something had carved out of it. The pail's mass decreased as the salinisation process progressed. In a smaller state, the pail had lost its power to turn swaths of the countryside to salt, but its ability to salinify was still very much intact. If it touched it even for a millisecond, it was instantly turned to salt. It was of utmost importance to handle with care. The Growlers required the use of the sacred tool Glipnir, which is delivered to them from the high seat in Arteria. Since then, it's been kept closely sealed away deep within the high seat in Arteria. So, while the recovery mission was ultimately deemed a success, the damage already caused was equally vast and significant. No damage to the surrounding nations was reported, but it resulted in the destruction of 3 of the 5 administrative districts in the principality, including its capital. A third of the total population, along with travelers from elsewhere, lost their lives. Nothing of the emotional damage caused due to the sudden outbreak, people were overwhelmed with fear and uncertainty. From a humanitarian and religious perspective, a swift response from the Septian Church was all but necessary. Dispatched personnel to the region right away. They set about rebuilding the damaged church and healing both the physical and mental wounds of the people. Those who were left orphaned by the crisis, taken to the gospel facilities where they would be cared for till adulthood. The north was turned to entirely salt, put under church control, and has been restricted ever since. What's this combat-y thing? Supplementary notes. Sometime the country's former leader, Prince Belmont, tried to rebuild the government. He fled the country during an hour of need, carrying over for himself and not his people. All authority he once had was gone. The armed uprising, and the Principality of Northumbria was no more. So the country became a democracy, bringing about the birth of the autonomous state we know of now. Is that the Calvard Republic? The former Principality's armed forces reformed as a vigilante corps. Majority State Court considered gathering for increasing the importance. Oh, the northern. This is where the Jaegers started from. Interesting. And then they ended up joining up with Ouroboros. Ooh, I wonder if at the end of the second game, right? Kevin used a weapon that turned the villain into salt. Interesting. Oh, I like it when these weird little pieces all come together. Sometimes you can just make a mystery more mysterious by adding a little bit of truth. This is where the salt ends, but a number of very important questions still remain unanswered. Where it came from. No information around the moment it first appeared. Most popular theory is that, yeah, spatial translocation. It teleported in. Positioning in the teachings of the Septian Church. Different in nature to artifacts. And appears to be a more fundamental manifestation of the goddess powers of creation. For much of our knowledge at present, this is as far as we get to the truth. There's some reports that it may be one of the Septarians, but no evidence has been found in legend or scripture to support that belief. Congregation for the Sacraments could use the salt pail to this day. Should be seen as nothing more than a gift from Adios, and they continue to consider various means for our church to make good use of it. I was just talking about that. They've made it into an arrow. or a crossbow bolt of death. A sacred tool used for execution. Parts of the payload are cut away using high-pressure water and then surrounded with a cylinder made from salt crystal, which be fired directly into the target without requiring the user to make direct contact. So let's contact the human target. Their whole body would turn to salt, killing them in mere seconds. No means for resisting or stopping the process. Does not come without flaws. It seems unwise to be careless with an object we do not understand the true nature of, for one thing. And concerns with executing someone in this manner. So there be a case where a target needs to be eliminated without fail. This would be the most surefire way to carry it out. And this continues further in the future. Ooh. Oh! And there's Kevin's name there at the bottom. Appendix regarding aforementioned sacred tool. Trial use begins of the sacred tool. Top secret only. Granted to use in the execution of blank. Execution of blank. Fired from bow gun. Favorable, no damage caused to the surrounding area. Target was all successfully erased. That's an interesting way to put it. About the target. The target was orphaned by the salt pile when it first appeared. Brief history of blank is as follows. Joins the church. Joins the congregation of the sacrament as an official. Ah, his name escapes me. But, yeah. He was definitely that villain. Part of bishop. Declared a heretic, executed in the church. He had an organ, like in his giant spaceship. Well, not spaceship. His giant airship. He did have an organ. So, you know, a proper villain. And I like how you got the petrify stone. Alright. So then, let's... So, those 3 doors are done. The dancer, nope, don't have her. Don't have the girl. Don't have the fists of steel. Okay. The third plane. Alright, well I guess we will go take on the third plane now. Is this the group I want? Actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, why not? That's where the Doom Robot came the first time. We're around here in the original version. Alright. Well, this should take us to the third plane. Funny if this warp ended up being in the exact spot that the device to steal the Aurelia was in the real world. Device? Are you referring to the first barrier mentioned in that report? Yeah, the one designed to temporarily freeze it in another dimensional space. Although, unfortunately for the guys who pulled it off, even that was enough to stop the Gospels being able to influence it. I see. We still know what happened to the Aurelia either. There seem to be many who think that the library collapsing means that the Aurelia itself is no more, too, which is possible, I suppose. Who knows? Ah, Wiseman! Right, that's his name. Or the good professor, as he first introduced himself to us. Wiseman was something... by how shaken Wiseman was, something unexpected happened. Beyond that, nothing. I fear Professor Wiseman may be the only one who knows the truth about exactly what happened. I don't have the fancy of where he could be now, or what he's doing there. What? But the report said quite clearly. No one in the church is sure what happened to him either. It's still being looked into. Still, I think it's fairly safe to say that Wiseman isn't involved in what's happening right here. 'Cause I killed him. If he were, I'm sure he'd be openly reveling every second of this. You all know what kind of guy he is. That's true. Doesn't really have anything to gain by wearing a mask like that, I suppose. We've got way too many unanswered questions at this point. All we can do is keep looking for answers. The less we know, the more we have to be on guard, though. So best be careful. All the more reason to keep them in ignorance, right? Because the less they know... Wait. Right, Reese? I suppose so. Take me to another dimension! Alright, where are we going this time? Ooh, this is different. I do not recognize it. Where are we now? Something similar to that jade corridor by the look of it. Kevin, over there. Golden and silver roads. And there's doors just materializing out of nowhere? And then fading away? A golden and silver gate? Well, this is foreboding. Again. Hello, Cube. Oh. The ghost we saw in Gransel. And visitors from afar. Bearers of the Grail emblem. Can you hear me? Woo! Yeah, we can. I'm spooky. Before you stands the entrances to the twin corridors. Proceed through them both in sync, or never shall you reach the dark depths beyond. Gasp! I entrust their operation to the monument before you. Step forth into the corridor, the power of the Grail with you, and move onward. But beware, once you have stepped through the doors, the trial must be completed. Oh. Well, that's one answered question. That voice we've been hearing all this time was hers. And the other extras, who is she anyway? Whoever she is, she gives some valuable advice on how to proceed. Step forth in the corridor, the power of the Grail with you, and move forward. And I say we take her up with advice. Moving in sync means we're going to have to split up, though. More like Reese and I's each take a door at the same time, while you guys tag along with whoever. That's how I look at it, too. If we don't do the way she said, I doubt we'll be able to advance. They sure aren't making it easy for us, huh? That means we're going to need to split up as two so you guys don't go in alone. It's not the most ideal situation when there are only 4 of us and things are so dangerous. But it's what we have to do. Why don't the rest back in the garden to help us? That we could form 2 groups of 4. Well, that should hopefully be good enough for any challenges ahead. I was thinking the exact same thing, Princess. Good, good, good. But that voice that Kevin and I need to be the ones who step through the gates. Sure, but that's all she specified, that you and me need to go through different ones. She didn't say anything about what these guys have to do. Plus, tell you what, waiting on the other side, we could use their help. Alright then, thank you. Not a problem. So what should we do? Should we call everyone here right away? If we did, I would blame them if they want some time to prep before heading out. It's just that I've got a hunch that once we go in those gates, there's no going back out. Instead of calling them here, let's go back up to them. They'll come here once we feel up to the challenge. Okay. The third plane! Form 2 parties, Kevin reason in advance. Split up evenly. We can't go until it's complete. Explore 3rd plane. Okay. What's in the shop? Ooh. Oh. New toys. Solstice bow. Holy choir. Shadow stitchers, sorry. Damascus sword. I want at least 3 of those. At least 3 of those. Now that's all my money, folks! Expensive. Alright, well... Well, first off, I'm just going to equip everybody. Hound bow. Bloop. I guess you can have the titanium suit. Ah, the bestia coat. So it's 400. Oh, okay, so it's 100 more defense. Roll spikes. Defense 470. And 20 points of defense. I'll keep the agility, I think. Guess I should also use the shop to sell these weapons I don't need anymore. Because I'm going to need every cent I've got. Every fancy mirror I own. There we are. That's a start. Help me buy some weapons. Ooh, good idea. What new quartz is this? Mine 3 stones. Attack 3 stones. Oh, I want. Yes. I'm gonna buy as many of those damn stones as I can get my hands on. What else do we got? Information. I wouldn't mind a second information stone, actually. Ooh, an eagle eye. It's actually a handy one. Another action 2 wouldn't hurt. Hold off on the mine for now. Alright. Alright, well, let's, Well, I do like the idea of all this. Let's head back to town, I guess. Well, the garden, I suppose. Not town. There's no town. Well... I'm gonna have to... Well, I guess I'll have to chat with everyone. But I'm gonna go with this for now. Just so I can do the orbs for these people. Yay. Oh, I can do all my orb... Cool. I can do all my shuffling from here, so I'm gonna play around with that for the moment. And I'll come back shortly, and we will play more of The Legendary Trails in the Sky, the 3rd. Thank you all for watching. See you all soon.